Welcome to 217 Kolak YT. The chapter begins.
The ones I seek are not here. The fragments of brilliant light are quite elusive, I see. What are you? What brings you here, Yogamont?
I've come to inform you about that eastern territory.
The small strip of land where the Monarch of Shadows resides? You were in charge of that area, correct?
It seems the rulers are planning to set Legia free a little south from there. That is where I shall be going.
And the Monarch of Shadows?
If the architect honors our contract, there should not be a problem. I have one more piece of news for you. It has been confirmed that the greatest fragment of brilliant light is there. How about it, then?
If you insist, I gladly accept this opportunity. But more importantly, it seems we were lured here.
That small strip of land in the east. Do you mean South Korea?
We don't have time to play your games.
I won't let you get away!
The scene changes. In the forest drenched by rain, the beast monarch Rakan emerges with a thunderous roar. He glares ahead. Is it you, the one who's been killing my brothers? His crimson eyes burn with fury. Impressive for someone so small to reach this place and speak our language. But he grins. It ends here. My comrades are already lying in wait. Come out. The forest falls silent. Then a voice replies, calmly, coldly, short. Jinwoo steps forward. That's funny. His eyes are unwavering. Come out. From the shadows, his army appears, an entire legion of black soldiers. Igris, Iron, Tusk. Shadows of monsters and knights who once stood against him now bow at his command. The battlefield explodes. In an instant, Jinwoo's forces descend on Rakan's ambush. Red and blue auras clash. Steel meets flesh. Magic burns through trees. In seconds, the enemies are overwhelmed. Rakan is stunned. What is this? Tusk steps forward, raising his staff. His mouth opens in a chant. Tusk is using the skill, Hymn of Giants. The rain trembles. The ground shakes. Then again, Tusk is using the skill, Reverse Gravity. The beast monarch is slammed into the earth with an impact that shatters the ground. Jinwoo approaches him calmly, without emotion. He looks down at the fallen monster. Answer my questions. It'll be less painful if you do. The beast monster doesn't respond. Jinwoo narrows his eyes. Nothing. The system is interfering again. He steps back, sighing, then opens his inventory. Inside, something glows faintly, a cursed key. The key from the cursed random box, he murmurs. I reached level 100 during the Jeju Island raid. I met its requirements. Suddenly, a system message appears. You have leveled up. Name, Jinwoo level 100. You fulfilled the requirements. The key's information will be partially revealed. He examines the artifact closely. Cardinon Temple. He whispers. Difficulty? The key will unlock a hidden gate. Its location will be revealed after a certain time. Time remaining, 47 hours. He grips the key tightly. Cardinon Temple. I couldn't forget it, even when I tried. The double dungeon. The place where it all began. Jinwoo stands beneath the rain as dozens of system windows float around him. The system is calling out to me again, he says. To where it all began. Memories of his past flash by, when he was weak, dying, helpless. But now, that man is gone. If it was waiting for me to return there, if this was all part of the plan, he turns, then wait for me. A portal swirls open before him, glowing blue. The doors of the Kartinan Temple creak open again, just as they once did on that fateful day. Jinwoo enters slowly, and in the distance, the stone god smiles. I'm coming. In an office, fingers furiously click away on a keyboard. The screen glows with angry online comments, and one man, clearly frustrated, mutters under his breath about trolls daring to slander Jinwoo. He vows not to forgive anyone who spreads lies about his superior. The rage radiating from him feels almost comical as he sends out another lawsuit warning. Relieved after dealing with yet another online attack, he leans back, only to suddenly hear a familiar, calm voice. You've been working hard. He jumps from his seat in surprise. Jinwoo, he gasps as Sung Jinwoo enters the room silently. The others barely noticed him coming in. Did anything happen? Jinwoo asks with an unreadable expression. No, Jinwoo replies. Then, spotting the bag full of gleaming magic cores, he blurts out, aren't these greater magic cores? Did you clear a high-ranked gate? Jinwoo casually confirms, saying, we needed some money to establish the guild, right? The assistant is thrilled. This haul will cover employee salaries too, but Jinwoo calmly corrects him. Employees? Remember, we still need one more founding member. The requirement for establishing a guild is 3 founding members, a guild master, vice guild master, and one more. Jinwoo agrees that even if it's just to fulfill the quota, they need someone diligent and trustworthy. As he wraps a towel around his head and sips his drink, Jinwoo asks, have you decided on a guild name? The suggestion of naming it after their surnames leads to a comical moment. How about Solo Play Guild? Jinwoo proposes nonchalantly. His assistant looks shocked. Was that supposed to be funny? Still, Jinwoo seems serious. Their conversation is interrupted by a knock at the door. Opening it, Jinwoo is surprised to see someone unexpected. Hunter Cha-haen, he exclaims. Cha-haen stands calmly, dressed in casual clothes, and softly says, I want to join your guild. Jinwoo is taken aback. Why are you here, Hunter Cha? He asks. She hesitates. I want to join your guild. Her voice trembles slightly, but her eyes are determined. Seated now in the guild office, she repeats with conviction, your guild. I want to join it. Jinwoo suspects something more is behind her decision. Did the association chairman ask you to come here? Or did Hunter Choi Jong-in kick you out of his guild? He asks. She firmly says no. When he asks why she'd want to join a guild named Solo Play, she looks flustered. The guild name is Solo Play, she repeats in disbelief. Jinwoo, who had stayed quiet until now, bursts in. Jinwoo, what about my suggestions? Jinwoo responds coolly, you didn't say anything, so I thought you agreed. The tension rises again, but Jinwoo tries to make sense of the situation. He observes Cha closely, her breathing, her calm expression, but something isn't adding up. Why would she go to such lengths to join her guild? He wonders. Jinwoo reminds her that she's still under contract with the Hunters Guild. Without hesitation, Cha-haen replies, I have the money to pay the contract breach penalty. Jinwoo is surprised at how far she's willing to go. She even refuses a signing bonus, saying, that doesn't matter. I don't need one. Jinwoo leans forward slightly, gazing into her eyes. Why are you going to such lengths to join our guild? There's nothing for you to gain here. She averts her gaze. How can I explain? Her inner monologue echoes. He'd call me crazy even if I did. She remembers the first time she sensed Jinwoo, a time when every other hunter had a foul, monstrous scent, except him. Her instincts were drawn to him. From that moment, her curiosity grew. She even called the association late at night, asking them to investigate Sung Jinwoo from the mining team. At first, it was just curiosity, but it turned into admiration. Watching him rise to power, summoning shadows, fighting alone against overwhelming odds, her feelings deepened. She stares at her computer screen, reading negative comments about Jinwoo online, frustration bubbling beneath her calm surface. He's not even a bad person, she thinks. Despite the coming Jeju Island raid, she finds her thoughts drifting toward him. Cha-haen remembers the battlefield, the moment when Jinwoo became the only light in her dark world. She was nervous, afraid, and close to death, but he had saved her. In that moment, she knew he was different. Regaining consciousness after the raid, she immediately asked the old man beside her, did Hunter Sung Jinwoo come? His silent nod was all she needed. So it wasn't a dream, she whispered, tears glimmering in her eyes. I really almost died, or maybe I did. And if she faces death again, what should she do? Now, seated before him once more, her emotions surge inside her, but she cannot say the truth. I hope you'll be by my side until the end, she thinks silently, blushing, and covers her face in embarrassment. Jinwoo watches her carefully. What is she planning? Why can't she answer me? He wonders. Jinwoo tries to understand her intentions. I don't know what she's hiding, but she might have planned this long ago. Still, she remains quiet until she softly answers, I want to live comfortably. Am I not allowed to? Her voice is filled with vulnerability. Jinho interjects gently. Imagine how hard hunters must have pushed her to say that. She's only 22 or 23 years old. The burden of being an S-rank hunter must feel heavy. He reminds Jinwoo that she was in rough shape after Jeju. Jinwoo understands but keeps his expression unreadable. I empathize with her, but there's actually an entrance test for our guild. Cha is surprised. What kind of test is it? Jinwoo smirks. To beat a summoning of my choosing. Cha's eyes narrow with fiery determination. Hunter Sung Jinwoo, is your evaluation of me that low? Cha Heian stood silently before Jinwoo, her eyes locked with his. The air was quiet, but the tension between them was undeniable. With a calm but firm voice, she asked, which summon is it? Jinwoo didn't look away. Shadows seemed to ripple under his feet as he answered steadily. For you, I'll pick the strongest. Without flinching, she responded with a simple nod. Good. Jinwoo activated his skill. The shadow under their feet twisted, and a glowing circle formed. Shadow exchange? In an instant, the two vanished from the room in a swirl of darkness. At the exact same moment, something massive appeared in their place, a red orc, heaving heavy breaths, confused by the sudden change. Just then, Jinho opened the door, casually stepping in with snacks in his hand. The moment his eyes landed on the monster, he froze in shock. What the hell? Meanwhile, Cha and Jinwoo reappeared inside the Hunter Association's private training room. Jinwoo blinked, unsure how to respond. Let's begin. Cha stepped confidently into position, sword in hand. Don't think I'll go easy just because you're the guild master, she declared with firm resolve. I'm ready. The gym lights dimmed slightly as the two stood in perfect combat positions on opposite ends of the arena. Jinwoo lifted his hand slightly. Don't be too surprised. With a flash of red light, a summoning circle exploded beneath his feet. From the swirling shadows, a figure emerged, clad in dark armor, long red cape billowing, and glowing crimson eyes. It was Igris, his most trusted knight. Cha watched the figure form. Cha asked, he was the one who trained you in swordsmanship, right? Jinwoo nodded. Yes, back when I had no skill. Then he held out the Demon King's longsword. Take it. Igris stepped forward and received the weapon, gripping it in his black-gloved hand. Jinwoo turned to Cha and said, he'll be your opponent. Without hesitation, Cha responded, now, let's begin. The scene switched to Chairman Go Gunhee. As their battle continued, the gym's monitoring room picked up the spike in mana. He narrowed his eyes as he saw Igris and Cha trading blows. One of the guards beside him asked, isn't that the Jinwoo monster, the one that rampaged before? Gunhee nodded solemnly. Yes, but now he's being used by Jinwoo. Back in the gym, Cha defeated the Igris. Cha spoke. Was that your strongest knight? She glanced at him with a smirk. Please don't hold back. Jinwoo stayed silent for a moment. Cha looked up at him curiously. I wanted to fight him again. Jinwoo stared into her eyes. You knew? She nodded. I didn't say it because I wasn't sure, but I knew it was you on Jeju. There was a pause. I'll ask you again, she said. With that, Baru emerged behind Jinwoo in full monstrous glory, lightning streaking from his claws. 6 insect wings fanned out wide. Baru's glowing eyes pierced through the air. A voice, deep and chilling, echoed in the silence. I'll ask you again. Will you really be okay? Jinwoo observed in silence. Shadow soldiers are generally weaker than their original forms, Jinwoo thought. But Baru was created to eliminate hunters. Baru asked calmly, my liege, what shall I do with this person? Jinwoo's voice was stern. Defeat her, without harming her. Yes, my liege, Baru replied with a hiss. While Baru prepared to strike, bolts of energy lighting up the floor, causing shockwaves that shattered the room. Cha Heian, eyes wide, breathing heavy. This is the creature Sung Jinwoo fought against. The realization stunned her. It's the same overwhelming presence from before, but this time, she wouldn't fall for the same tricks. She steadied herself, then launched forward.
No way! He's dodging all my attacks from this distance without even using his feet!
Are you satisfied now? Seems like the outcome of this match has been decided.
Not yet. I still have fight left in me.
How dare you?
Skill, sword dance. Ah! I've only got one shot at this. Skill. Sword of Light!
This woman is my enemy.
Stop! I told you to stop.
Baru dropped to one knee, trembling. My liege, have mercy. The moment passed. Silence returned. Jinwoo walked over to Cha, offering her a hand. Are you okay? Yes, she replied weakly. He frowned. Why are you overdoing it? There's no need to go so far to join our guild. She didn't answer. He continued. It was only a test, a simple entrance test for a nameless guild. It's not worth risking your life for. Then why did you push yourself this far? He asked again. She looked away. Are you interested in me? She didn't speak, just stared at him. Huh? That's not it either. Jinwoo thought, puzzled. Then finally, she looked him in the eye, a faint blush on her cheeks. Yes, I think so. The scene opens high above the skyline, an impressive American Hunter Association building towers among the clouds. Inside, tension builds. The scene shifts to a high-level meeting among top American officials. Madame Selner, the spiritual sensing expert, stands silently with her head bowed. Across the desk, a man with a commanding presence questions her. His tone is firm, expecting answers, not apologies. Selner begins recounting her observation of Sung Jinwoo. He is one of the kings, she says, her voice trembling. The weight of her words unsettles the room. One of the kings? Her superior repeats, shocked. She goes on to explain. Awakened individuals emit a distinct brilliance, like a light only she can perceive. She has seen that light in hunters all over the world. But Jinwoo, he is no light, no connection to any realm. In fact, he is the darkness itself. Everyone is stunned. Are you saying Sung Jinwoo is evil? One of them asks. Selner shakes her head. She isn't labeling him good or evil. She's explaining that his power doesn't come from any external source. It comes from within. That means he has no limit. The man digests her words. A power with no boundaries. Sung Jinwoo is a new kind of existence. Thank you, Madame Selner. The leader says at last. Then he turns to his aide. We're going to be 24. Follow me. As the elevator descends deep underground, the leader reminds his companion of the first S-rank gate, the one that brought destruction to the West Coast. Only 5 hunters survived. From that disaster, they gained national-level hunters. At the heart of that catastrophe was a beast known as Kamish, the unquenchable fire, a massive red dragon who slaughtered many elites. Eventually, the two men reach a chamber containing the skeleton of the great Kamish. They gaze upon the ruined stone extracted from its corpse. It has waited 8 years, the man says solemnly. It's been waiting for a new master, and Kamish may rise again. Elsewhere in South Korea, Jinwoo stands in front of a mirror, deep in thought. He examines his own reflection and muses whether his improved looks are thanks to the healing skills he's acquired. With clear skin and sharpened features, he barely recognizes himself. He walks out and casually chats with his younger sister, Jinwoo, who lounges on the couch, phone in hand. He playfully asks her, "Do I look manly?" She mocks him, saying he looks like a frog. They exchange playful insults, their bond warm and genuine. Jinwoo reveals he's forming his own guild now, and she teases him, wondering if his guildmates are calling him boss yet. As they chat, she suggests names for the guild. One of her ideas? Solo play. Jinwoo is visibly unimpressed. "You're not even solo," she jokes. "You've got a whole army of summoned shadows." Laughing, she then suggests a Jin guild, a name born from the reverse spelling of her own name, Jina. Jinwoo pauses. He actually likes the sound of that. Meanwhile, in a different place, we find a familiar face, Cha Hae-in, lying restlessly in bed. Suddenly, her eyes shoot open and she gasps, "Wah!" Memories of her confession to Jinwoo flood her mind, and she groans in embarrassment, recalling how she blurted out her feelings. She clutches her pillow in agony, imagining that Jinwoo now thinks she's lost her mind. She tosses and turns, her mind spiraling between frustration and helplessness. "He saved my life," she cries into the pillow. "Of course, I'd be interested in him." Then, all at once, her body begins to relax as exhaustion finally takes over. As she slips into sleep, something strange happens. She begins to dream, or perhaps it's more than that. A vision overtakes her. She finds herself floating in a dark abyss, surrounded by sparkling light. A familiar face appears. "Healer Min Byung-gu," she whispers, stunned. He speaks softly, his form glowing like a spirit, telling her to listen carefully. He says he can only appear this once, thanks to the power that remains within Jinwoo. And with that, Cha Hae-in jolts awake, heart pounding. Her eyes widen as she gasps. At that moment, "I saw Min Byung-gu." After some time, we see. At the headquarters of the Knights Guild, concern brews among the top-ranking hunters. A new gate has appeared, one with an incredibly high rank, almost S-class. The Hunters Association has classified it as dangerously powerful, and yet the guild doesn't have the manpower to clear it on their own. Two guild members discuss the risk. One of them expresses how perilous it would be to enter such a gate carelessly. "We could all end up dying," he says grimly. Even forming an A-rank assault squad would be difficult, and failure would damage their guild's reputation. Still, the competition from other guilds, like the Fame Guild, puts pressure on them. If they hesitate, another group could seize the opportunity and the glory. In a tense exchange, they realize that in numbers and skill, their A-rank hunters are no worse than those from other major guilds. But what they lack is an S-rank. Someone to lead, someone powerful enough to change the tide. As they brainstorm, Young Yirim, a healer from their ranks, proposes a bold idea. Instead of seeking help from another guild, why not reach out to an individual? Someone so powerful that he alone could shift the outcome of a raid. There's only one man who fits that description, Hunter Sung Jinwoo. They agree. Not only would teaming up with Jinwoo increase their odds of survival, but it would also boost their public image. After all, Jinwoo had recently cleared a gate in the middle of a highway entirely by himself. But the hunter has been keeping a low profile since then. Rather than calling him, they decide it's better to meet him face to face. We cut to Jinwoo at home, casually talking with his friend. "What do you think of the name of Jin Guild?" he asks. His friend bursts into joy, grateful that it wasn't solo play guild like before. With the name finally decided, all that's left is to recruit one last member. When his friend asks if he's considering Cha Hae-in, Jinwoo hesitates. "She's not the one I'm looking for," he says. Though she's beautiful, strong, and S-rank, he's searching for someone different. Someone without ties to any guild, uninterested in power, but dependable. Someone trustworthy. Just as they contemplate their final member, a knock echoes at the door. Jinwoo answers it, expecting perhaps Cha Hae-in. But instead, it's a delegation from the Knights Guild. Park Jong-soo, the guild master, smiles widely and introduces himself. The meeting quickly escalates to business. They present footage of the massive gate looming over Busan. "The biggest gate we've ever seen," they say. Though its rank isn't officially S-class, it's close and highly dangerous. The Knights Guild lacks an S-rank hunter. If Jinwoo joins them, the association might issue a raid permit. Jinwoo listens silently. They offer him 20% of the profits, which is generous. But Jinwoo cuts in coolly. Let's make that 50 to 50, he states. They're shocked, but before they can protest, he clarifies. He's not negotiating as an individual. I'm founding a guild, the Ajin Guild. Treat me like a guild, not a lone hunter. Silence falls. Park Jong-soo evaluates him. Though young, Jinwoo's presence is commanding, far from ordinary. Eventually, they reach an agreement. Jinwoo will assist, but on his terms. He promises to be there, just not today. After the guild members leave, Jinwoo receives a call from someone unexpected, his mother. Her voice instantly softens his expression. She didn't call for anything special. She just wanted to hear her son's voice. Touched, Jinwoo invites her to dinner, and she agrees happily. The scene shifts to Busan the next day. A swirling gate hovers above Gwangali Beach, exuding immense magical energy. The raid is about to begin. The Knights Guild stands ready, but their nerves are frayed. Where is he? Park Jong-soo mutters, checking the time. 5 minutes to raid start. Meanwhile, Jinwoo, back in the city, notes the gloomy weather. He worries whether his sister took an umbrella, then prepares to leave. With a whisper, shadow exchange, he vanishes into black mist. But elsewhere, a different danger is growing. At a local high school, a group of students is carrying out a mundane task, moving plaster busts for art class. They complain about the workload, not knowing that something terrifying is close. Inside an unused room, glowing blue light pierces through the dust. It's a gate. One of the students stares, confused. Is that a gate? He whispers. A hunter steps forward and assures them it's sealed. Nothing can pass through yet. But just as he says this, a hand bursts through. Chaos erupts. A student is grabbed by a monstrous green hand, pulled into the swirling magic. His friends scream as blood splashes across the room. Jun-suk's terrified face is the last thing they see before he is crushed. The scene opens in the aftermath of horror. Blood splattered across the school hallway. Lifeless bodies of students lie twisted on the cold floor, victims of something terrifying that emerged from the gate. The silence is heavy, pierced only by the distant hum of magic energy still leaking from the portal. A grotesque figure steps into view, an enormous orc-like monster, its glowing red eyes scanning the scene. Its chest rises slowly with each breath, its hands still stained with fresh blood. These monsters may lack the intelligence of humans, but their primal instincts are terrifyingly sharp. They are designed for the hunt, natural-born predators. 2 more orcs step out, sniffing the air, their mouths curling with anticipation. The scent of flesh and blood excites them. They've waited in the darkness for a week, hidden, patient, obeying their instinct to stay still until the moment was right. Now, they are ready to hunt. One orc grins wickedly. This place, that's filled with prey. There's a floor above us, another says, and one more above that. This building is like a castle. I'll start hunting, says the leader. Call our brothers. After we slaughter the humans, we'll fortify this place and turn it into our fortress. Without hesitation, one orc smashes through the ceiling, leaping toward the upper floors. The hunt has begun. Elsewhere in the school, students remain unaware. A girl playfully hands a drink to a boy. Their smiles are fleeting, within moments, and the monstrous figure of an orc towers behind them, axe raised. Their faces twist in horror. Meanwhile, on the shores of Busan, the massive blue gate hums ominously. Hunters gather around it, preparing to enter. Among them is Sung Jinwoo. He gazes at the swirling energy, noting its immense size. Up close, it's even bigger, he mutters. Around him, the mining and hauling teams work, while the elite assault team prepares. Jinwoo observes the Knights Guild's elite, 13 A-rank hunters and 20 B-ranks. So many A-ranks, he thinks. Expected from a top guild like this. Fans surround Jinwoo, praising his role in the Jeju Island raid. One young hunter gushes, "You were amazing, Hunter Sung. Can I ask how you summoned so many shadow soldiers?" Another approaches. "You'll be leading today's raid, right?" Before Jinwoo can answer, Park Jong-soo steps forward with a smile. "I, Park Jong-soo, will be leading today's raid," he announces. Murmurs ripple through the crowd, disappointment and confusion. "Hunter Sung will guard our rear," Park adds quickly, "to keep us all safe." Some younger hunters scoff. "Do we even need protection?" One smirks arrogantly. You think we're weak? Jiangsu laughs it off. We're just confident. Let's get moving. As the raid party begins to enter the gate, far away, a terrified schoolgirl makes a desperate call to the Hunters Association. She's hiding in the bathroom, blood on her uniform, tears on her face. There are monsters outside. My friend is. The association tries to calm her. Stay calm. Help is on the way. The hunters won't abandon you. But the girl can barely breathe. Screams echo outside her hiding spot. She's losing hope. What do the monsters look like? A staff member asks. The girl trembles. They're big, green, with human-like bodies. Their faces are horrible. The staff member stiffens. Orcs? Yes, she whispers. I think they're called orcs. The woman's voice sharpens. Get out. Right now. But it's too late. A stomp outside. A heavy breath. The girl's fear spills over. She screams. In another part of the school, students try to escape, flooding out through the gates. Police are barely holding the perimeter. One girl tries to turn back. My friend's still inside. But she's pulled away. Inside, the orcs stalk the corridors. Half of our prey got away, one grunts. No matter, says the leader. There are still many left. Let's go up another floor and kill them all. Meanwhile, a group of boys tries to barricade a classroom with desks and chairs. They tremble, gripping anything that could act as a weapon. Suddenly, boom, a wall explodes, and a massive orc bursts through. The students scream. The orc's red eyes glow with bloodlust as it charges. One student bolts. Damn, but he doesn't get far. Slash, blood flies. The orc steps over the corpse. More students scream and scatter, but there's nowhere to run. Two orcs stop. One sniffs the air. Chief, I can sense a human with mana. Kill them first, the leader growls. Two girls hide behind a desk, eyes wide with terror. One of them trembles as she whispers a single word. Big brother. Chapter end here. For more, like and subscribe. Welcome to 217 Colic YT. The chapter begins.
Is it the human on the right? No. The smell is coming from that girl. Die!
Jinwoo!
I'm going in! Alright, y'all. Deal as much damage as you want now.
After the ogre falls, their leader admits, I didn't expect us to fight a twin-headed ogre from the start. He explains that monsters like this are known as grave keepers, and encountering one at a dungeon's entrance usually means something worse is inside. And right on cue, an army of undead soldiers appears. Panic starts to rise among the hunters. One shouts, what should we do? Should we attack them? But something strange, the skeletons aren't attacking. Instead, they're backing away. It's like they're being chased by something, one mutters. At the center of it all stands Sung Jinwoo. Calm and unreadable? He had high expectations for this dungeon. But now...
Wait, I sense. Could it be? An urgent matter's come up. I have to leave at once.
Wait a minute, I don't know that we can handle this without you.
Then I'll call someone over. He's just as reliable as me.
Isn't that...
He can take my place, moving forward. Protect the humans. I have a bad feeling about this.
Mr. Sung!
Get out of my way!
What's going on? Is it because I'm a high-ranking necromancer?
My soul!
Take me to my sister!
As fast as you can!
Meanwhile, a sudden strike, clean and vicious, sliced through an orc's skull. The students gasped in terror and disbelief, only to realize the monsters attacking the orcs were other monsters. But these weren't ordinary creatures. They fought to protect. Did those monsters just save us? One student uttered, eyes wide. Are they here to protect us? A hulking red shadow stood in front of them. Red orc, Jinwoo's shadow beast. It silently blocked harm from reaching a young girl, Jinwoo's sister, Jaina. Is Jinwoo here? She whispered. But then,
Final ban has been lifted. Draktar! A group of high orc fighters are helping the humans! Our great orc fighters can't take care of 3 measly high orcs? How pathetic! Lead the way! Time to slaughter them.
scene shift back in the dungeons. The raid team hiding nearby watched in stunned silence. One of them whispered, I want out. What if they turn on us? Their leader hesitated. We can't just throw in the towel. The reporters outside are watching. They rallied themselves. Let's do this. But just as they mustered courage, a shadow loomed above them. Baru, Jinwoo's most terrifying summon. His glowing eyes silenced their thoughts. Let's go, one muttered nervously. In a blur, Baru leapt across the hallway, grabbed an enemy, and slammed him down without resistance. The others followed his lead, marching through with purpose and death in their wake. Are we really going to let them lead? Someone asked. We don't have a choice, came the hushed reply. Just look. They stared at a fallen Death Knight's head slain in seconds. Heh, that beast must have been strong, one said. But these things are stronger, and essence stones from monsters like that. Worth a fortune. Their greed sparked bravery. Let's move. Chop chop, boss. Back in the classroom.
Draktar! 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 Are they under a spell? I keep slicing them, but it's no use. They're being controlled by a spell. I just need to get rid of the sorcerer. Is it you? That girl? Grab that girl! The high orcs are powerless while they regenerate. Keep attacking. Restrict their movements. So it was you all along. I sense the mana flowing from you. Die! Something's incoming. Something terrifying.
You're safe now.
Draktar of the Red Blade Truck.
You. Just shut up and wait.
The moment was heavy. Jinwoo held his sister, Jaina, close in his arms. The chaos around them seemed to fade for a second as he whispered softly, You're safe now. Jaina, trembling in shock and relief, clung to her brother. Jinwoo, sorry I'm late. He murmured, his voice steady despite the rage that simmered beneath the surface. Turning his gaze to the students, he asked, Is everyone all right? Voices chorused back with affirmatives. Yes. They were shaken, but alive. Then his eyes locked on Jaina friend. What about you? He asked, his tone calm but intense. She hesitated. I'm okay. But inside, her thoughts wavered. Something about him feels scary. Jin was cold, glowing eyes narrowed. A flicker of emotion passed over him before he gently brushed Jaina's hair, trying to comfort her. But then his gaze hardened again, the shadows around him intensifying. Igris, he said, take care of Jaina for me. As Igris stepped forward to guard his sister, as for the rest of you, he ordered, take the students and head downstairs first. Jinwoo turned to face the horde. His aura exploded, dark and overwhelming, like a storm made flesh. The monstrous orcs twitched at the surge of magical pressure. One dared to move, only for Jinwoo's voice to cut through the air like thunder. I told you not to move. One of the high orcs stepped forward, glaring at Jinwoo. I see. So those immortal high orcs were your soldiers. Who are you? And how do you know our language? Jinwoo didn't answer. He simply stood, wreathed in darkness. The high orc snarled. Looks like he has no intention of answering. Charge. They lunged.
Why are you all so hell-bent on killing humans?
The voice inside my head keeps telling me to.
And what about me? Does that voice tell you to kill me too? Answer my question. Do you hear the voice when you look at me? I see. So you don't see me as a human either, huh? Well, doesn't matter. Sure, I'll forgive you, but that doesn't mean I'm going to let you off easy.
Outside, across town, another scene unfolded. A swirling, massive blue gate stood open, its power rippling through the air as onlookers and officials observed with cautious dread. Back within the gate, chaos raged. A small female hunter pleaded, "Do you have any idea how valuable these guys are? Vampires are worth a fortune." She tugged on the leg of a towering, monstrous creature. In response, the beast slashed her across the chest and tossed her aside. She landed hard, crying out in pain. But as the Baru moved forward, another, a healing type, stepped up and began casting restoration magic. "Thank you," she whispered wide-eyed. "Healing magic? How is a summoned beast better at healing than I am?" Elsewhere in the dungeon, a massive door creaked open. From the shadows emerged the Arch-Lich.
Holy crap! The dungeon boss is Arch-Lich!
And there are more than 10 Death Knights!
There are many notable dungeon bosses, but boss level rose to infamy after the annihilation of the Gold Dragon Guild. Arch-Lich wiped out one of the major Chinese guilds and caused a dungeon break. A catastrophe was avoided thanks to Lu Jigang. But everyone knows a strike squad made up of only A ranks is no match for a boss on this scale.
You bastards! An army of shadows? Why in the world is the king's personal army here to attack us? We were chosen by the king, and you were not.
I knew it was strong, but not this strong.
Meanwhile, in a distant corridor, two hunters whisper to each other. Jinwoo's summons could probably clear a whole dungeon on their own. A sudden thought crosses their minds. If Jinwoo's minions are this powerful, does he even need to be present? Can he just send them in? Outside, the world is changing. Rain pours heavily as officials scan the disaster zone. "Any survivors?" a soldier asks. "No, sir," comes the solemn reply. Nearby, mourners cry. A mother, blood-soaked and screaming, pushes through the crowd. "My son is still inside." The reality hits hard, too many lives lost. And among the fallen, the system's failure becomes painfully clear. Inside a car, High above the scene, the chairman delivers grim numbers. 213 students escaped. 10 were rescued. The rest didn't make it. We should have seen this coming. Jinwoo listens silently, the rain tapping against the window. The world, he realizes, is changing. More gates, more awakened, more threats. And somehow, the system keeps it all balanced. A delicate, terrifying balance. Jinwoo turns toward the chairman. Why did you ask to meet? The chairman explains. Countries around the world, Japan, China, France, even the US, are all asking to meet Jinwoo. He's become an international phenomenon. Documents are handed over, but the chairman smiles. Some already contacted you unofficially, didn't they? He admits the association doesn't have the authority to stop it. They can only protect his privacy. Jinwoo stares out the window. A change is happening. The chairman lowers his voice. If you ever leave Korea, we wouldn't be able to adapt fast enough. The car pulls up in front of a hospital. This is where your sister was taken. Mr. Sung, the chairman continues, I'll do everything I can to provide you with what you need. Please consider staying. Jinwoo remains silent. The chairman presses further. Korea only has 10 S-rank hunters, and we've lost 3 already. If we lose you, we might not survive the next S-rank gate. Then comes the real request. Are you asking me to remove the minimum capacity requirement for raid parties? Yes, Jinwoo replies firmly. That law is meant to protect hunters from charging into dungeons recklessly. And I won't be reckless. I'm asking to enter high-ranking gates alone. The chairman flinches. Is that why you formed your own guild? He asks. Jinwoo nods. Yes. Am I asking too much? The chairman exhales. A one-man strike squad. Difficult, but not impossible. Leave it to me. Later that day, at a production set, a cheerful Soo-yeon finishes her shoot. Her phone buzzes. Hello? Want to join my guild? She laughs. What's with this guild talk all of a sudden? It's Jinho's new guild. And guess what? Jinhee's returning to Korea. Of course I know. She's my sister. But you want me to join a guild that hasn't even formed yet? Then the twist, the shady guy behind this new guild? It's Sung Jinwoo. Her expression shifts instantly. Cut to a sleek building downtown. Inside, Soo-yeon stands before Jinwoo. This is the guy? Jinwoo offers a calm smile. Yes. This is my cousin, Soo-yeon. She's an A rank. She gasps. I can't believe I'm looking at Sung Jinwoo right now. You're the celebrity here, Jinwoo replies politely. Soo-yeon, are you really an A rank? Jinwoo wonders. Yes, she nods. My father was a hunter too. Maybe it runs in the family. After some polite words, Soo-yeon asks Jinwoo, can I get a photo with you? Back at the association, debate rages. You want summon beasts treated as strike squad members. This is madness. But the chairman steps forward. You're right. This is preferential treatment. He looks at the council. But if you had to send a team into a dungeon break, would you choose 20 A ranks or Sung Jinwoo alone? The room falls quiet. He leans forward, voice low and firm. Guilds worldwide are trying to recruit him. If we don't compromise, we'll lose him. Just like we lost Hwang Dong-soo to America. He locks eyes with the senator. Think about who will save your life when the next S-rank gate opens in Korea. I hope you are aware of who would save whose life in that situation. Meanwhile, Soo-yeon uploads a photo to social media. A selfie with Jinwoo, already getting hundreds of thousands of likes. Across town, Hunter Cha sees the post and trembles. The storm outside thickens. Thunder rumbles. Something ominous is coming, and it's only just begun. Snow fluttered gently through the air as a black van pulled to a halt outside the gate. The crowd buzzed with murmurs and gasps, cameras clicking and flashing. All eyes were locked on the towering gate that shimmered with ominous, swirling energy. Jinho gawked at the spectacle, his voice trembling. I've never seen anything like this, sir. The gate pulsed with power, huge, unnatural, and intimidating. This gate is massive, another whispered. Even those who had witnessed the Gwangali incident were in awe. Yet for Sung Jinwoo, this was just another day? Reporters rushed forward the moment Jinwoo stepped out. Over here, Mr. Sung, they called, flashes blinding him. You're about to go on a Jin guild's first raid. How do you feel? Why did you name your guild a Jin? What's your relationship with founding member Soo-yeon? Jinwoo remained calm. A representative from the association stepped forward, addressing him respectfully. Mr. Woo, I thought the association was keeping my personal information private. Jinwoo replied with a faint smile. We protect what we can, but the public learns where the gates are located regardless. Be mindful of social media. Right, that Instagram post, Jinwoo smirked. With preparations underway, Jinho hesitated. Sir, should we call in a hauling team or a mining crew? Jinwoo shook his head. Don't worry, he said, eyes gleaming. I'll have my shadows do all the work. At his signal, a horde of glowing, armored shadow soldiers appeared from the darkness. The association agents looked on in awe. All of his summoned beasts are B rank or higher. Mr. Wu checked with the manometer. This squad could enter an A rank gate on their own. Their scanners confirmed it. Jinwoo's team was ready. But there was one more thing. Mr. Wu, wearing a heavily armored suit, stepped forward. The chairman ordered me to observe your raid. He wants to ensure it's truly safe. May I accompany you today? Jinwoo nodded. Will you be okay, Mr. Wu? He asked. The man hesitated, unsure whether he was being mocked or warned. Moments later, inside the dungeon, Mr. Wu's eyes went wide. An A-rank beast, massive, reptilian, deadly, roared from the darkness. But the shadow soldiers didn't flinch. They lunged. The Naga monster screamed, claws slashing, but the shadows overwhelmed it. The battle was fast and brutal. Slash, stab, crack, chomp. One shadow, in particular, moved like lightning, cleaving through the beast with magical precision. Even elite hunters would struggle with those monsters, Mr. Wu thought. But Jinwoo's soldiers, they're unbeatable. The Naga was slain. But more than that, the soldiers weren't even tired. And the most terrifying one, that soldier wielded lightning magic. Only top-tier mages can use that, Mr. Wu murmured. Every swing of his blade sparks a storm. The creature moved through enemies like a hurricane, carving through the dungeon with overwhelming power. Is it A rank? Higher. Mr. Wu wondered. Watching the soldier tear through another beast, he swallowed hard. Would I stand a chance if I faced it alone? Suddenly, one of the shadow beasts started munching on the remains. Hey, Jinwoo snapped. Don't eat that. Do you have any idea how valuable those corpses are? Jinwoo only smirked. And you guys, keep mining those mana crystals. Mr. Wu stared in disbelief. He's clearing an A-rank dungeon, retrieving corpses, and mining all at once. This isn't a strike team, it's a full-scale operation. He finally understood why the chairman had sent him. As they approached the dungeon boss, a towering Naga, even larger than before, Jinwoo looked around. Those still working can stay. Everyone else, return. With a wave, his shadows vanished into darkness. Mr. Wu looked confused. Why send them away? Your beast could take the boss alone. Jinwoo unsheathed his dagger, blue lightning crackling along the blade. Relying too much on my shadows makes me lose my touch. He stepped forward. Just one step? Then boom. The boss lunged, roaring, but Jinwoo was faster. With a clean arc, he sliced through the beast, cutting deep and fast. The monster collapsed with a thunderous crash. Level up. You have reached level 101. All job-specific skills have leveled up. Jinwoo's eyes lit up. Shadow extraction, shadow exchange, monarch's domain, all stronger. The cooldown for shadow exchange dropped by an hour, he thought. If I level up more, I'll be able to go wherever I want, without worrying about my mom and sister. Beside the beast's corpse, Mr. Wu marveled. That thing's scales could be used as armor, but he sliced through them with just 2 daggers. Jinwoo raised a hand. Arise. Darkness swirled. The corpse trembled, and a new shadow emerged. Shadow will start at level 13. A similar rank to Tusk, but it's smaller, Jinwoo noted. Still, the mana it emits is incredible. A message appeared. Choose a name for your soldier. Jima. Let's go with Jima. The beast bowed in loyalty. Jinwoo had a new soldier? Jinho looked on in amazement. He turned that monster into a summon. He's incredible. Let's start heading out, Jinwoo said calmly. Well then, what should I do about this corpse? Outside, a massive summoned beast emerged. Civilians panicked. Run. Until someone shouted, wait, that's one of Jinwoo's. Cameras clicked rapidly. He already cleared the gate? Take a photo. Hurry. Even more reporters had gathered now. This is too much, Mr. Wu muttered. But there was no stopping it. Everyone was interested in Jinwoo's first raid. Later, in a quiet office, Mr. Wu reported to his chairman. And that's what happened. The old man chuckled. I've seen countless raids over the years, but your report explains why even a veteran like you was overwhelmed. What I witnessed wasn't a raid, sir. Mr. Wu's face turned serious. It was a massacre. Go get some rest, the chairman said. As Mr. Wu departed, the chairman stared out the window. Sung Jinwoo cleared an A-rank dungeon, retrieved magic beast corpses, and mined crystals by himself. He smiled. Calling him a one-man strike squad is an understatement. He's a one-man guild. A guild all by himself. The chairman turned from the window. So I wasn't wrong after all. The hunters of Korea, no, the world, are about to witness a shift. Elsewhere, in Shinjuku, Tokyo, people stared at the sky, mouths agape. A red gate, the largest they had ever seen, loomed above the city. A vortex of darkness swirled violently, blotting out the sun. Oh my God, someone whispered. A colossal presence churned above? Menacing? Inevitable? The world was changing. At the heart of Tokyo, under the golden hue of a setting sun, Japan's most powerful guild masters gather at the Diet Building. Whispers spread quickly, blades, phantoms, invincible kings, snowy mountains, all called to a single location. Tension thickens in the air. The guild masters, usually separated by rivalry, now share a single concern. Can you believe all of Japan's top guilds were called here today? Someone murmurs. This must be a huge deal. Whoa, look, a voice exclaims. Isn't that Sugimoto Reiji? And those are the strongest S ranks in Japan. But pride sours into frustration. How ridiculous, another guild leader scoffs. Even if every guild combined, they're no match for us. Inside, the anticipation erupts. Why hasn't the Hunters Association said anything yet? An S-rank gate has appeared in the heart of Tokyo, and there's no countermeasure. Japan's prime minister, visibly distressed, demands answers. Tell us the truth. What if a dungeon break occurs? One man, older, composed, cuts in calmly. Even S-rank hunters can't clear an S-rank gate. But national-level hunters, now that's a different story. The room goes quiet. We all saw what happened on Jeju Island. We know how this ends. Strategies are being discussed. We should hire Thomas Andre, one man suggests. But reality bites. We can't afford him, says another. We're already searching for hunters globally. Most countries can't even spare one. Suddenly, Reiji speaks up. There is one. The room looks his way. A hunter willing to help, as long as he's paid. Yuri Orlov, a barrier specialist. Elsewhere, far from the political storm, Sung Jinwoo drives quietly. He reflects to himself, level 101. I've come a long way. The key to the Kartinan temple rests in his hand. At level 100, I got the key. At 101, my job-specific skills upgraded. What will happen at level 102? His thoughts drift to Eugene Ho. Hope he's doing okay by himself. Jinwoo steps out of his vehicle. Back a young woman sees him and quickly declares with resolve, "Why are you running from me? I plan on hiring Yuri and why are you near my office?" It's Cha Hae-in? He raises an eyebrow. Huh. As she relaxes, she speaks softly. I'm here to pick up my car and Min Byung-gu. He left a message for you. A message? About your powers. Jinwoo's expression stiffens. Let's go upstairs, he says. Inside the empty office, Cha recounts her experience that day. I heard a voice. She describes it. A place beyond life, darkness swirling, where Byung-gu's soul remained, waiting. He reached out, his voice echoing. Please tell him. Remember, his true army is. Byung-gu's message continues. Be careful of the powers that lie within you. I was pulled from darkness, but I was no longer myself. I still had my consciousness, but I felt like a slave to him. Worse, I felt happy to serve him. The vision flashes, a root-covered cave. Jinwoo sits quietly, holding a sandwich, deep in thought. The implications hit Jinwoo. Hard? He grips the sandwich tighter. His powers are strong and terrifying. Now sitting beside Eugene Ho in the cave, Jinwoo reflects. I need to find the source of my powers, more than becoming a stronger hunter. Jinho chuckles. This feels like old times, raiding C-rank dungeons. Jinwoo smiles faintly, but his mind drifts to his sister, Jaina. I should check on her. Activating shadow preservation, he taps into the senses of the shadow guarding her. Whoosh. He sees Jaina asleep in bed. But something's off. Baru, the Ant King, is speaking like a historic emperor. Your Majesty, you must uphold your honor as the great king. Jinwoo blinks. So that's why Baru talks funny. He's watching historical dramas. He shifts focus, checking on other shadow soldiers. One guards her mother in a marketplace. Another monitors Korea's S-rank hunter. And at last, he saw Hunter Cha in the bathtub. Jinwoo's expression changed when Eugene Ho called. Did you sleep? Jinwoo returned and said no. Then he thought to himself, I should apologize to her? He returns his attention to the key. Only 26 hours left. The gate to the Kartinan temple will open. An invitation from the system itself. What are you? Jinwoo wonders. Jinwoo shakes it off. We've got work to do. But Jin Ho continues. Did you hear? An S-rank gate spawned in Shinjuku. Japan's recruiting hunters globally. And so, In a quiet room lined with velvet chairs and tension, a massive man smirks. I am Yuri Orlov, S-rank hunter, the world's best support type. He looks over the Blade Guild's documents, then raises a brow. Only 6 S-ranks on the raid? Sugimoto nods. 3 from us. 3 from other guilds. The rest are guarding domestic gates. Yuri sips his drink and sets it down with a clack. No, that won't do. Eyes narrow. I'm going to need $3.6 billion. Silence. $10 million. Per day. He smiles with pride. Hire me, and I'll hold back the gate for as long as you want. A sharp intake of breath. The officials watching him couldn't believe what they were hearing. Wait, 10 million a day? Yes, the man repeated without a flicker of shame. A total of 3.6 billion for 1 year, and your country will be saved. I'm not asking for 36 trillion here. It's a lot less than what Thomas would charge you. On the other side of the room, foreign agents stood baffled, their expressions a mix of disbelief and annoyance. Kane, do you know any Russian? What exactly is that drunkard saying? I'm not sure, she whispered, but it doesn't sound good. The massive man chuckled deeply, leaning forward on his throne-like chair. So what will it be? Become national heroes for 10 million a day, or give up on your country to save a bit of cash? His laughter echoed like thunder. He didn't stop. He leaned in closer, eyes intense. You really think you can afford to be picky right now? You should be down on your hands and knees licking my boots. The official narrowed his eyes. Sounds to me like you're pretty confident about your skills. Of course I am, the man replied. It'll be more beneficial to hire me than 100 of those losers standing behind you. Did he just insult us? One of the agents asked. Yeah, I can't understand him, but I can tell he's smack-talking us. But before they could walk out, something changed in the air. A strange energy surged. Their movements halted in an instant. You won't be able to move a single inch without my permission, the man growled, extending his glowing palm. Power, pure and overwhelming, locked them in place. But go ahead, he sneered. Give it your best shot. The 2 agents strained, but nothing worked. He's strong enough to restrict our movements, but we're S-ranks. Damn it, it feels like someone's tied me up. I'll block off that S-rank gate for you, the man offered with a devilish grin. And as a bonus, save your buddies' lives. Enticing offer, no? The official gave a stiff nod. Thank you for demonstrating your abilities. But I'm not sure our government will sign off on your asking price. He hesitated, thinking, is trusting this guy our best bet? Actually, I take that back, he muttered and reached for his phone. Mind if I make a call? Go right ahead, the man replied coolly. Cut to the next morning. The sun shone gently through the windows of a small apartment. Jinwoo knelt near the front door, tying his shoes. I'm off, he said quietly. His mother stood nearby, her eyes filled with concern. Jinwoo, I don't have to worry about you, do I? He looked up and smiled, reassuring. Of course not. I just have an appointment to get to. I'll be back, Mom. He opened the door. The light outside burst in, and he vanished into it. Elsewhere, in the system interface, a key hovered on the screen. Item. Key to the Cartanon Temple. Time left, 0 hours, 1 minute, 2 seconds. The countdown continued, ticking away. 032, 015, 006. Jinwoo's eyes lit up with icy determination. The key burst into blue flames in his hand. The location of the key's gate will now be revealed. And with a crash, a school building erupted into chaos. Walls cracked, windows shattered. Police tape fluttered in the wind. I can't believe another gate spawned here, a hunter said, standing near the site. Lucky the school's closed. Could have been a disaster. Ah, sir, this area's off limits. The figure in black approached, calm and unstoppable. The woman gasped. Sung Jinwoo, how long has it been since the gate first spawned? 3 days, she stammered. Jinwoo froze. Crap. I got played. The system never said the gate would appear after a time. It said it would disclose its location. And now, 3 days have passed? He scanned the area. The gate's C-rank, not high. But did anyone already go inside? Yes. About 2 hours ago. This raid has to be called off right away. What? But the manometer says it's a C-rank gate. The strike squad is in danger, Jinwoo interrupted. If we don't stop the raid, everyone will die. Everyone will die? What do you mean? I'll bring them back. He disappeared into the gate. There's no time to explain. Inside the dungeon, chaos had begun. A squad of hunters stood before massive sealed doors. They whispered among themselves. Is this the boss's lair? Why won't it open? None of our spells work. Should we retreat? Suddenly, a new voice echoed behind them. Hey, it's a trap. They turned and saw Jinwoo. He stepped forward confidently. Who are you? Someone who survived a double dungeon, he answered. Murmurs spread. It really is him. S-rank hunter, Sung Jinwoo. Terrible dangers lie beyond those doors, he warned. So I'll take it from here. Please, head back. He reached for the doors. They were locked. The doors to the Kartinon temple are currently locked. Please use the key. He held the glowing item in his hand. This is different from last time. The key slid in, and the doors opened. Gasps echoed behind him. How did he do that? Those doors were sealed. One guild member stepped forward, hesitant. Mr. Sung. The Courage Guild bought the permit for this dungeon. You have no right to order us around. He's right, another yelled. S-rank doesn't mean you can push us. Jinwoo's gaze sharpened. Then I won't stop you. Anyone who wishes to enter is free to do so. I'll go, one said, and stepped through. A warning flashed. Someone has entered the temple without a key. Entry is not permitted. A massive armored statue sprang to life and struck. Boom. Jinwoo reacted instantly, saving the reckless hunter. There's going to be a lot more of that in there, he said. Do you still want to venture inside? He turned to the group. Listen up. Exit the dungeon. Contact the association. Tell them a double dungeon has appeared. He walked inside alone.
This is where it all began. I'm finally back.
I see you have finally made it this far.
Chapter end here. For more, like and subscribe.